Hello friends, this is our fifth lecture of marriage and single life. We have seen so far wife and children, they are impediments to great enterprises, great works of merit. They come from childless men. Then great wife and children, they are such people, those people who have wife and children, that is family. They have great concern for future. And why do people opt to live single life? Because for them future is unimportant, impertinence. No? And then another reason is that some people consider wife and husband. So if wife and children as bills of charge. And a third reason is they want to remain rich. If they have children, they have to divide their property, and people will say that although now he is rich, he will have to divide his property, and that day he will become poor. And most ordinary cause of remaining bachelor or unmarried is liberty, because some people consider even girdles and garters, chains, that is items of your dress, their shackles and chains. Then another aspect of single life is they are best friends, best servants, but not good best subjects, because they travel light and so they will jump from like a grasshopper from one job to other, and though they cannot be, you cannot rely upon. That's the reason. You cannot rely upon such people because they are travel light and they can go around. They can move from one place to another. There will be no, they will not be permanent. They will not do a job for a period of, means an appreciable period of time. Then for churchmen it is very good because they can do works of just charity. And judges and magistrates, it's optional, but it's better to have wives if they have servants, and the servant is corrupt. The servant will be 5 times more corrupt than the wives. Soldiers, of course, generals, exhort the soldiers, think of your wife and children at home, so do your duty properly. And Turks, although they despise marriage, if an unmarried or a single Turk will be more, if he is vulgar, unmarried Turk, if he is vulgar. If a Turk is vulgar, then if he is unmarried, he will be five times more vulgar than all the other people. So these are some of the points that we have discussed. Now today we see advantage of wife and children, having wife and children. Sentence 13 says, reads like this: certainly wife and children are a kind of discipline of humanity. And single men, though they may be many times charitable because their means are less exhaust, yet on the other side they are more cruel and harder. So they can be good inquisitors because their tenderness is not soft called for, because their tenderness is not so oft called for. Not soft called for, but so oft called for. So you can see an advantage of getting married, having a family and settled life is that certainly wife and children are a kind of discipline of humanity. See, if you want to do something bad or you want to get into a trouble, you have to get into a trouble, then you will think twice, because you will say, how will this affect my wife and children, my family? So it disciplines you. It puts some control over you, some restrictions over your action. And single men, though they may be many times charitable, because they have got plenty of money and because their means are less exhaust, their purse will not get exhausted because they are alone. They don't have much needs to spend. They are charitable, but one of the other side of that is that they are cruel and hard-hearted. Because if you are a cruel and hard-hearted person, then once you get married, you have children, plenty of opportunities for you to become soft, to adjust. Understand? Your tender feelings will definitely develop. within you, because you have to look after your babies, your helpless babies. Sometimes you have to work hard for them to support the family and so on. So there are many opportunities for you, many chances for your tender feelings to come out. But a single man not like that. But single men, since they are cruel and they are hard-hearted, they can be good inquisitors. Inquisitors means people appointed by governments for official inquiry. So suppose somebody dies under doubtful circumstances, or that somebody committed a suicide, or there is a fight between two persons, the street fight, and one dies or both of them die. Such things you need to prepare inquisition, a report on that. For that, single men are good because they are cruel and hard-hearted. They have never been soft. Their heart and their attitudes are not softened by the children and by wife. So they will be impartial also. There is nothing to look forward or backward or sideways. So they will be very impartial. So they will be good inquisitors because their tenderness is not so oft called upon. So oft called upon means there are no chance to exercise their tender feelings. So this is actually in favor of family life. Bacon says family life will definitely discipline you. Single men, can be charitable. But at the same, because they have plenty of money, their purse will not get exhausted. But at the same time, psychologically speaking, character-wise, they are very hard-hearted, They could be hard-hearted and also cruel because they never had a chance to exercise their soft feelings. They are no children. At the same time, they can be used as official inquisitors. People who make a report about doubtful death, suicide, and so on. Now, 14, the sentence 14, grave natures led by custom, and therefore constant and commonly loving husbands. A loving husband should be of a serious mind, and they usually follow customs and traditions and cultures of a society. So what will happen? They will remain faithful. Constant means faithful. And such people will be loving husbands. As was said of Ulysses. Ulysses, the legendary Greek hero, in Latin, in the Roman world, Ulysses is known as Odysseus. Odysseus. And in the Greek world, he is known as Odysseus, and in the English, that is Ulysses. You know, Odysseus is Greek, Greek name, and the same person known in English as Ulysses. And this Ulysses, as we know, is a legendary hero of Homer's epic Odyssey. Homer's epic Odyssey. And Homer presents him as he was the husband of Penelope. That was the name of his wife, Penelope. And as we have seen, Odyssey is king of Ithaca. Ithaca means a small country. And in the Trojan War, he was with the Greeks. And he was instrumental in Greek victory. Homer presents him as a man of outstanding wisdom, courage, endurance, resourcefulness, shrewdness, and eloquence. All the qualities that is required for a leader. Very wise, very eloquent, has endured any hardships, very courageous, and of wisdom, outstanding wisdom, and shrewdness. So, in fact, he went with Diomed, another Greek. In the Trojan War, we have seen Diomed, an expedition which was instrumental to the victory of the Greeks over the Trojans. So, That's about Ulysses. He was king of Ithaca, and as I said, he has many good qualities as described by Homer in his epic Odyssey. So Odysseus is the Greek name, Ulysses is the English name. So the person is the same. And then, according to him, he was a loving husband. Therefore, what did he say? He said, Ulysses said, Vetulam suam protulit immortality. Vetulam suam protulit immortality. Immortality. So immortality means becoming immortal, famous, eternal fame. So he said, I prefer my old wife to immortality. That means he was very faithful. He had all these good qualities at the same time, and plus he was a very loving husband. Therefore he said, I prefer my old wife to eternity. Means I don't want fame or anything. I can sacrifice anything in life, but I will not. I will love, I will continue to be faithful, loving to my wife. So if every husband is like that, all the women would have been very happy in this world, isn't it? Yeah. So that is a speculation, but for the time being, this is what I am saying. So in these two sentences, sentence 13, simple, let me put up. If you read it, the main points, wife and children is a discipline. Single men can be very charitable, and but they are hard-hearted and cruel. So because they had no chance to exercise their soft side of life. At the same time, they are very good inquisitors because they can be impartial. And next we say that loving husbands are those who follow tradition, who follow the practices of the society, and who are of serious nature, and people like Ulysses, because Ulysses said that I prefer my old wife to immortality. So you should be, every husband should be like that. Loving husbands to their wives. I think that all the husbands are like that. When you become husbands, you should see that you love your wives very much. Like Ulysses, you should be able to say, towards the end of your life, you should be able to say, I love my wife more than anything else in this world. Bye.